Guys, yo, do you remember this guy? His name is Kimani, the man with the money, Kimani MBUGUA. Apparently, his dad has come out to expose how his friends spiked drinks on him and made away with the evidence. For those who don't know, Kimani MBUGUA is a former citizen journalist and has been facing severe mental health challenges for the past 4 months. His condition has been a matter of public concern as his behaviors on social media have alarmed many of his followers. Kimani MBUGUA had recently posted a video on social media that led him to outcry over his mental health. In the 2-minute video, the former journalist threatened people who he alleged owed him money, saying that he would resort to gun violence if needed. And this is how he said, quote unquote, "If you owe me money, better send it now because I have guns to protect my money. Mimi nitakusafirisha mbinguni. Wacha vitisho baridi." That's what he wrote in the caption in TikTok. Formerly, he was a TV star and he was renowned for his youthful news presentation, and he had advanced to become an entertainment news reporter on national media. And also he would co-host shows like The Trend with Larry Madowo before he had moved to Citizen TV. In Citizen TV, he covered news across various regions with distinct segments. However, his media career concluded in 2020. Following his departure from Citizen TV, he initiated a new program entitled Unbroken in October 2023. MBUGUA holds a Bachelor of Arts in International Relations and a Master of Science in Nationalism and Ethnic Conflicts from the University of London. He was diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2020, frequently posts videos in distressing conditions, sometimes even asking for financial help. In an earlier incident, he was reportedly robbed while broadcasting live on TikTok. His subsequent social media appeals for financial assistance and emotional support have prompted calls for aid and rehabilitation. Several Kenyans, including comedian Oga Obina, have stepped forward to offer their support to him. In addition to his media career, MBUGUA is also a visual artist for the past 10 years. His journey has taken him through Kenya, the UK, Afghanistan, ultimately settling back in Nairobi in late 2009 and later relocating to Nanyuki in 2022. In an interview with Oga Obina on May 14th, his father provided an update assuring that Kimani is now in a safe environment, closely watched by his family and neighbors. According to his father, Kimani is currently residing in an apartment in Makongeni in Thika, a decision made to keep him close to family members who could watch over him. Quote unquote, his father said, "At the moment he's still out of balance. I had to make sure he's close to his family members. The cousins are all located in the same facility and even his neighbors are there taking care of him." This arrangement also includes safety measures to prevent self-harm, and he also stated that the place is safe because he's under key and lock. In case he hypes, he cannot harm himself, and there's accessibility of him by the family members. Despite the current challenges, Kimani's father fondly recalled his son's brighter days, emphasizing his academic and professional successes. Kimani turned 28 this year. He's the firstborn. He went to the village nursery school, and then he took him to a private school where he did very well, and he secured a place at Njiri School where they relocated him to one of their church schools in Nairobi in Karura. His father explained that he actually scored an A, a clean A in all the subjects except agriculture, which he scored an A-. Kimani chose journalism over law against his father's initial wishes, a decision that paid off when he was noticed by influential figures in the media industry like Churchill and Larry Madowo. His career was flourishing and he was a supportive figure to his siblings and mother until his mental health began to decline. This journey in Kimani's mental health issues began in February 2020. His father recalls the day it became apparent that something was seriously wrong. During a board meeting, Kimani unexpectedly confessed to have been under the influence of drugs for many days, something that his father had never seen him take. And I quote his father, "All went well until Feb 2020. I was in Westlands. I have a consultancy company in which he's also a director. He's the MD. We were in the boardroom. He came and in the middle of the meeting he stood up and said, 'Dad, for 4 days sijawahi isha ulevi.' I was shocked because we were SDAs. It gave me a red flag. Kwa basement alikuwa ameacha gari na mlango hakufunga." That's what his father says. He also went ahead and said, when he went home around midnight, the girlfriend called me and said Kimani alikuwa anaongea tu. She made me listen to what he was saying, and it kept me worried until today. The girlfriend took him to hospital. I went, nikapata amefungwa kamba mkono and anaongea tu. Ilinivunja moyo hadi wa leo. When he saw me, he even called me by my real names. That is when I saw darkness during the day. I followed up to know what had happened before the day I saw him. He had a bash, ilikuwa birthday yake, and it was big. The sister took his phone, akapitia, akaona picha alikuwa anaanguka, akitapika na kuna wasichana wanampiga. My daughter said aliona kwa glass yake kuna white substances zinaekwa. Na anaambiwa kunywa, na anatapika na anaanguka. So I told my daughter if we could consolidate the phone, but how it got lost we don't know. We wanted evidence that was there. He did a toxicology and it was discovered there was marijuana and other stuffs. I did my investigations and I found out most of his friends were on those things. So I concluded my son was spiked and the effect had drugs. Kimani Mbogua's father was asked about why his son Kimani labeled him as wanted on social media, accusing him of stealing and selling his car. The father explained that it occurred after another stressing episode. Kimani experienced a relapse and it was again exposed to harmful substances. In 2020, about 6 months after the first incident, he was at the ABC place and the next morning, his then fiancée reported that Kimani appeared just as he had during the first episode. As Kimani's condition worsened, the family decided to admit him to Chiromo for urgent care. The medical expenses quickly accumulated. The bills had begun to climb, and they were faced with a total of almost 600,000, with 200,000 needed in cash. In response to the escalating costs, Kimani himself suggested a desperate solution. Kimani called the father and asked him to take his logbook and sell his car to cover the expenses. It was Kimani's idea to ensure his treatment could continue. All we can do is pray for Kimani Mbogua, one of our most loved Citizen TV news anchor. We wish him all the best and quick recovery, and we hope that his family continues to remain and stand still with him. Thank you so much for watching up to this far. Please don't forget to leave a like because that really supports this channel. Until the next video, bye bye.